welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, wherever you are today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay from Intuitive Readings. I'm a psychic and medium, and each week I deliver some messages from spirit, some insight into spiritual topics and readings for listeners. So today I'll start off with a timeless reading, a tarot reading for the collective. And what this means is that whenever you're hearing it, whether it's today live or in a week or a year from now, it is intended for you. Spirit brings messages to you at the time that you're receiving them. So if this resonates, excellent, wonderful. If it doesn't, please leave it behind. Okay, so I have pulled 3 cards here. And first off, we have in the past position, I have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is all about emotional awakening, new beginnings, maybe in love and creativity, overflowing of feelings. Okay, so in the past position, Ace of Cups indicates that there may have been a powerful emotional opening. Okay, so being open to new experiences, perhaps the beginning of a new relationship. I am hearing work dynamic for people, so a shift in employment, a deep connection, a fresh sense of self-love. And this is a time when your heart was full. There was a lot of excitement. There were butterflies, okay? And you were more in tune with your emotional needs and desires, okay? So there may have been a spark, and that might have been a romance, creativity, or a spiritual connection, and that's allowed you to feel more alive and hopeful, okay? So if you experienced a period of emotional healing or personal growth, this card just confirms that it was genuine, okay? And it was like a genuine turning point in your life. So you may have opened your heart up to something. In the present position, we have the Queen of Swords. And so she is all about clarity, wisdom from experience, independence as well. So right now, the Queen of Swords shows that you're approaching life with a clear, discerning mind. Okay, so after the emotional richness of that Ace of Cups, so you've had to take a step back and sort of analyze things a bit more objectively. And this card reflects someone who's learned from the pain and now values, truth, boundaries, and integrity above all else. So I feel as though for some of you, you are actually kind of cutting through illusions at this time, your own illusions and others' illusions as well, and just really applying more logic and honesty and in your choices. Okay, so the Queen of Swords doesn't hide behind truths. She's sharp as a tack, very perceptive and direct, and that's kind of how you've had to be recently. Okay, so you may be navigating a really complex dynamic, especially in a relationship. Again, I'm getting work for some of you there as well. And in communication, you're really just having to stand your ground and speak your truth and call a spade a spade. And that's what the current energy says. So, and that's taken a lot of bravery on your part as well. So good on you for doing that. Spirit is recognizing that. In terms of the future, we have the Empress card coming through. And now the Empress is all about creativity, nurturing, abundance, fertility for some, and it's a really divine feminine energy, okay? So moving forward, the Empress is signaling a real coming out of your shell, okay? So it's almost as though you've had to stand your ground here and you only go up from the Empress, okay? So this card is a real card of growth, creativity, and abundance as well. So after a phase of that emotional awakening and mental clarity, you're now entering a time when things are really coming together to flow really nicely and beautifully. So that is coming in for you. For some of you, I hear that's coming in more in the earliest stages of June, okay? So just a couple of weeks away. So you just need to persevere in that Queen of Swords energy. And for some of you as well, I do feel there could be a literal birth. It may not be of a person, although it may be, but it could just be a new idea, a business, a project, something being born, okay? And it can also be a signal of deeper connection with your own body, nature, or feminine energy, regardless of gender. So the Empress invites you to step into I guess, a period of receiving and cultivating, okay, and creating from that inner richness that you have. So that's lovely. Now I will jump to a caller, and I have Magda in Jersey City, New Jersey. How are you going, Magda?
Good. How are you?
Well, thank you. Do you have a question that I can assist you with today?
Yeah. Well, I lost a lot of people past year already. And I lost my dog too. But do you see any like spirits around me, like my dad, or and if my dog's okay and who she's with?
Yeah, bear with me. Just let me take a moment to connect in. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I do actually get two gentlemen that come through for you, and they do bring a dog with them as well. So I feel as though it is your father, but it's also, where's this, please? Is that your father? Is that your uncle on the other side as well? It almost feels like a father, a brotherly figure with your father, if that makes sense. So two individuals,
Oh,
males that come through there.
oh maybe. Yeah, I think because my cousin just passed away.
Okay, so he does come
So.
through with another gentleman there together, and they're actually quite jovial and quite. It's almost like banter between the two of them. They're real jokesters. As they came through, like one of them sort of punched the other one in the arm, and like they do have this dynamic of. It's like a fun time type dynamic between them. So I can tell that they're around the same age, and that they do. Yeah, they sort of they joke with one another quite regularly, and that's what they're showing me through. Also being made aware here, what is that, please? Okay, sports as well being a really strong pastime, and I feel it's more like enjoyment of watching sports with one of them that they're bringing up. What is that, please? And yeah, I feel as though it is watching sports. So, and it feels like television. So showing me like a lot of
Yeah,
watching sport. It
baseball.
feels a little baseball to me, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
almost
Ralphie.
okay, so it almost feels like just really I haven't changed a bit. This is still what I do. I still love what I love, and I'm still who I was, and just enjoying the finer things in life. Okay. He's telling me a story too about, and I actually feel like this is a live game where he may have been involved in this live game somehow. And,
Okay.
okay, and you know when sometimes like the ball might go into the audience or something,
Uh
and
huh.
like and he's been like on screen or something and like making me aware that at some point there is a story around where he was like on a big screen being involved in some sort of a larger game, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm not sure if you can place that, but yeah, making me aware of that. So it's something you might need to ask about if you're not sure. But yeah, making
Yeah.
me aware of this is like, this really brings him joy. He gets a lot of joy out of this. Okay. Also telling me around like being hardworking as well, like working really hard during his lifetime. And it's almost as though
Yeah, my
it's like
dad.
a real outlet for him because it's like you go to work and then you come home. But spending a lot of
Mhm.
time sort of in his mind around what was going on at work as well. And there's no regret around that, but he does say that he wishes that he could have sort of left it in the workplace, what he was doing. But making me aware of like family in the workplace too. So I'm not sure if there was like two people that did the same thing or they've like worked together, but making me aware of like similar careers. So it might be family business, but it might just be that, someone's followed in the footsteps and done the same thing, but just making me aware of some arrangement there like that. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, not really.
Not really. Okay. I am aware that it is a gentleman here. So it might be if you have a brother or if there's yeah, it does feel like a family. It does kind of feel like family business type arrangement. So it's almost like if, dad was, if dad worked in a factory and then the brother goes to work in a factory,
Mhm.
like this sort of arrangement. Yeah, just making me aware of that. So if it hasn't come in
Yeah.
yet, there might be something that comes in there for the future, but he is making me aware of that. Okay. In terms of dog,
Okay.
got here. Okay, and I do get a dog here as well, and it does have quite short hair, this dog. It's not a big fluffy thing. It's got quite short hair because when I touch it, I can feel that. And I feel as though
Okay.
they are showing me it comes through as caramel colored as well. Is the dog caramel?
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel as though it's like quite a stocky little thing as well. So because it kind of like I want to say that it kind of bounds, it doesn't run. So it's not like a work dog that gets around. This dog kind
Yeah.
of like I want to say bounds like
Yeah.
it's almost like a rabbit the way it gets around.
Mhm.
Just dog. And so they do bring that dog through with them. And what else about the dog, please? So something about this dog and bells. Did this dog have like a toy with bells on it? Which is weird for a dog because dogs are normally, squeaky toys and things. But bringing up bells for this animal, and I almost wonder if it was like on the collar
Oh,
or maybe it jingled. Something about a jingle with this dog.
um, this probably might be my other dog, that Randy, that I had
Okay.
buried him with a toy.
Oh, okay. So they
Maybe,
are bringing up a bell there for this animal as well. Okay.
okay. But is
Just
she,
a message.
is my dog like literally with them? She's not alone, right?
No, absolutely not. So all our animals cross over and they go, and when we say crossover, I mean, heaven is all around us. It's just you can't see it. Okay. So it's not really sort of a place in the sky, though if you wish it to be, it is for you. But I think of
Mhm.
heaven as just, it's all around us. And so when often when mediums communicate, it's literally we just sort of we we switch on and we connect through the veil and it's all around us. So it's just that we can't see them. Okay. And they step forward. But absolutely, the dog is not alone at all. I do feel as though, okay, your father is telling me, I feel as though I want to say he didn't really like the dog. He's not,
No, no, he
he's not kind of an
didn't.
animal.
Nope.
He's not an animal person. It is more what he's saying. But he's with the dog now, and like as the dog comes through, he puts his hand on his knee like this. So he is, interacting with the dog and they are together. It's not, they're not separate in separate places. Okay. So, and
Good.
then the dog feels a lot of love and comes through very happily. Okay.
Oh,
It's,
good. I'm so
I
happy
really
for
do
that because I was scared.
love,
I was
I love
I was
connecting
scared
with
for
animals.
her to
This
be
animal's
alone.
very happy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely nothing to worry about there. Okay. It is very difficult to lose any pet. Um,
Yeah,
and,
she was like
and
my
I would say
daughter.
to you, yeah, this dog's beautiful and it's very happy over there. Okay. So there is absolutely nothing, there is absolutely nothing
Mm.
to worry about in that regard. And connecting with you too, she is making me aware of bells again. So I do feel as though if you hear bells or you hear, and it's almost like a jingle sound, like a little bell, not like wind chimes, but like a little bell. So if you do hear that jingle, that is your dear puppy coming through. Okay. So please know that is how she is connecting with you.
Okay. I have
Thank you
one more
so much.
question though.
Oh, I'm so
Can I ask
sorry,
you
but
one?
we do only have a little bit of time left. But thank you so much for the privilege of allowing me to connect with your loved ones in spirit and your dear dog. And to all of the listeners out there today, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay Mary. You can connect with me at Nay Mary Intuitive Readings on Facebook or at intuitivereadings.com.au. Thank you so much.